For this project, we're working on creating a t-shirt design for Fiesta. It's a festival based out of San Antonio that celebrates Mexican culture, well, Tex-Mex culture.
It's just dealing with V-stitcher and making clothes and like doing patterns and things of that sort of nature.
So I decided to kind of create a modern take on what someone would wear to Fiesta nowadays with a little bit of heritage. So my design honors that cultural complexity by including factors such as embroidery and a full-on loteria card on the back. If you know what that is, it's kind of like Hispanic Mexican bingo.
For my design, I did a t-shirt, but instead of like a regular t-shirt, I flipped it upside down to be worn as a dress. And so I just didn't sew the shoulder seams and added a waistband for the top.
My design that I worked on is specifically inspired by like Latino Gothic kind of designs. It's a blouse. The way it's structured is A-line, but it has kind of a bow underneath. And there's also like rosary kind of imagery and the flowers, and also like the glass windows that you would see in a church, kind of visualized right here on the collar as well.
So my shirt, it's more of like a baby tee, so it is cropped and it's more form-fitting. It is women's wear, and I'm gonna keep it as like the base color of the cotton shirt. There's a lot of images such as like a woman's face, there's a horse on it, there's a lot of like squiggly lines, and there's also some like embroidery of flowers.
Okay, my design was pretty simple because I know Fiesta is like a lot of colors and a lot of patterns, but I decided to go with something very simple. I went with a white t-shirt with just black seams as the on the collar and on the arm area and also at the bottom. I just went with something simple, just a white oversized t-shirt.
I would describe it as like a mix between a shawl and a shirt. So I kind of tried to like go based off like the draping of it more than like the actual structure of it. So it's like one shoulder. It's kind of like an asymmetrical design, I would say, yeah.
I would say the Fiesta elements that I specifically use to translate into my concepts are definitely the floral embroidery and also the inspirations with like the lace and the ribbon kind of underneath like the breast that I have designed as well. Also with the crucifixes that I have and the rosary imagery kind of in relation back to like Latino Catholicism.
So I was inspired by the bags given out for like, you know, like to carry food from different markets or, you know, takeout bags pretty much. And it always says thank you. So I just thought it was a pretty funny like way of paying homage to where I'm from and like the things I'd go do and buy.
So in the context of Fiesta fashion, I feel like there's a lot of new things that we're gonna see ahead. So I took that approach with my shirt. I wanted to keep the bold colors, but add more unique factors such as like imagery and stuff on the shirt. So I think we're gonna see a lot more colors, but adding more imagery and less like plain florals. I think I wanna take more of like the rich culture of like Fiesta and add those images to like a shirt.
We want something that's gonna be a little bit fun, but still fashionable and not feeling like you're out of place, so to say. So I tried designing it to where it would be a little more simplistic in the modern way, whereas something older.
Honestly, instead of just doing like a lot of patterns, I feel like the modern area of like Fiesta is like going to be more like simple, not like a lot of colors, a lot of patterns, things like that. It's gonna go like more to the simplicity era, like just like maybe one color with some different seam colors, maybe like an orange shirt with some black seams, something like that, something different.
The era that inspired my t-shirt design was early 1800s revolutionary like style. What really inspired it were like traditional Mexican rebozos. They're like a big like shawl scarf that was worn over like dresses.
This project has taught me that you are completely able to mix a cultural identity, like a history, perfectly with a futuristic design as long as you're super respectful about it. I think working on this specific project has allowed me to get closer to like my own culture, where I get to work with that, but I also get to work with like these different visuals that I enjoy.
My proudest moment from this project would have to be I guess making it, just the fact that I sat down on a V-stitcher and figured out how to make a t-shirt into a dress, I feel like is a good accomplishment for me.
This project itself kind of helped me because I know I still want to be a stylist, but stylists obviously work hand in hand with designers. Working in the designer's shoes really showed me how much work goes into like making each garment and how much like you care as a designer about what is paired with the garment as well. So I just feel like it just gave me a new perspective on how the garment process goes before I get to use it as a stylist.
I had to walk myself through was learning how to use V-Stitcher, which is how to digitally make a 3D model of your design before you can see it in real life on an actual person. So you kind of have an avatar and then you put it on that avatar to see how it falls on a real person.
And this project helped me a lot because using the software V-Stitcher, like I said, was very difficult. I have a brand my own self, and I was low-key making mock-ups on that for my brand as well. So it's a very good software. Yeah, it's teaching me not just for this class, but for outside this class as well.
It really taught me to like take into account like history and the like overall like cultural values that the event has in the design process.